question about boxing.
When you retired, it was after the fight with Jono Carroll, wasn't it? That was the last one. Did you know immediately you wanted to go straight into training, or did you want to take some time out? Because you were so dedicated during your career, you didn't always seem to enjoy the outside the gym and outside the ring elements.
Yeah, no, so going to that point, like, the way if someone said to me, did you enjoy your career? I'd go, no. And they'd look at me and what do you mean? I didn't enjoy it, but I weren't sad either. I become emotionless. Do you know, I had a vision. I had a goal to be a world champion, and that's all that mattered. Do you know, so whether I wanted to do something, whether I didn't want to do something, do you know, he wants to get up at 5 o'clock in the morning and go swimming. Let me tell you, swimming's one of the hardest things that we used to do in training and in camp. And it was Tuesday, Thursday morning, I'd be up at 5 and I'd be in the pool for 5:20, and it was the hardest thing that I did. Nobody wants to get up and do that. Then come back home, go to bed, in the gym for 11 o'clock, doing a circuit, back home, back to bed, and then on the running track at 6 o'clock at night. That's not enjoyable. Let me tell you now, it's not enjoyable. But it's something that, and this is what I say to people, that it's okay doing the things that need to be done when you want to do them, but it's can you do those things when you don't want to do them, but they need to be done. And that's where it comes to success. You don't get success by doing the things that you need to do when you feel like doing them. You get success by doing the things that need to be done, whether you feel like doing them or you don't feel like doing them. And that's where, over the years, it was strange because I was able to, I become emotionless, and I had no emotion. What I needed to do, I just got on what needs to be done. That was my week. Sunday, I'd plan on my week, and that's what I'd do. There'd be no deviating. There'd be no anything. What I needed to do, that's what I do. And that's how I achieved what I achieved. I wasn't the most naturally talented. I was talented, but I was gifted with a desire and a work ethic and a will that wouldn't be broke.
When you look back now, how hard it was, but what you achieved, was it worth it? Would you do it all over again?
No. Yeah, because I achieved what I set out to achieve. But when I actually finally retired after the Jono fight, and I mean, listen, I knew before that the training for that fight, I was as fit as a fiddle. Yeah, nobody works harder than me, so I was fit. I don't think I won one spar. I don't think I won one spar, but I still had 110% belief I was gonna pull it together on the night. And when you know, and I remember, and I've never actually said this, is the first time I've ever said this. I've said it to close people. I said, but when I was about to make my entrance and I was stood behind the curtain, I didn't have a clue what Scott Quigg was going to turn up in that ring. Just knowing how, the training had gone. Like I said, the training, I was fit, I was working hard and everything like that, but I don't think I won one spar. And just things weren't coming together like they used to come together. Towards the end of camp, listen, you put anybody in there with me, I was knocking them from pillar to post. But I don't think I won one spar. And I remember, just as I'm about to make my entrance and I'm stood behind the curtain, and I'm actually thinking, I haven't got a fucking clue.
Were you confident going into that fight?
I was confident thinking it might take me 4 or 5 rounds, but I'll get there and I'll catch him. But at the same time, I didn't have a clue what Scott Quigg was going to turn up in that ring, because if it was the Scott that had been in the gym where I just couldn't get to grips with it. I thought it could be a long night, but I still had the belief I'd find a way.
Why do you think that was, that you couldn't get to grips with it?
It was just, I think, for the time I had out the ring, I think it was 16, 17 months and since I'd last fought. All 2019, I had 2 camps, but I had 2 bad injuries on my arm. It was just the time out the ring, and I just also, there was a lot going on as well. In my life as well. And even though when I go into training, I'm fully focused and nothing else matters, so I do block it all out. But there was a lot going on, the 2 injuries, and it was just, I think that I grew old overnight. What I mean by that, it weren't overnight, but I grew on that night when I fought. I grew old overnight, but being out the ring for that long and the 2 camps I had and everything that was going on around me at the time, it just aged me, and I just didn't have the snap. I just didn't have that spark. It weren't that I didn't have this snap or anything. I just didn't have that spark, and it was a sad day because I don't get emotional, but in the ring afterwards, do you know, I was emotional because I just thought, nah, it's over now, John, and there's no going back.
Did you go crazy after retirement? I can't imagine you did, but you never know. By that I mean, you know, spending loads of money, enjoying the life a bit more.
No, it will, because obviously COVID pretty much hit straight away after that.
A bit unlucky there, weren't you?
Yeah, I mean, I was not, because I was planning on moving out to LA. I built a green card, so I was going to go over and process that, and I was thinking about moving out of there. And obviously COVID hit, so that scuppered plans with that. So then I just, like I say, I was still in the gym with Joe training. I had a couple of fighters that I was training myself. I was training a Slovenian girl called Tanya. She was a very good fighter, and I did a bit of work with an Austrian lad who's now over in LA. So I went into the coaching side of things pretty much straight away to keep myself occupied more than anything as well. But the only thing with that was I didn't give myself the time to process the big change that had happened. Like, actually, no, that's it now. Your career's finished. You need to understand now. You need to find a new purpose in life. And through not doing that, slowly but surely, obviously, I weren't training myself, and the fighters were living with me. And I ended up going up to nearly 13 and a half stone.
Really?
And I mean, that's with a t-shirt on. I looked alright. I look like a little tank. But I mean, I remember just thinking, I need to think. So in the end, both of the fighters went back because I think the lockdown was getting even stricter then as well. And it was just a bit of a process, and I ended up going out to Dubai for 4 months. I just went out there to train and just get myself back in a good place. I think I went out there just over 13 stone, and when I come back I was 9 stone 10.
Wow. So
it was a trip worthwhile, and then from that point on I've going over there, when I obviously had got myself back to a level where I was thinking clear, thinking straight, I could then process, actually, no, I need to find something now. I'm thinking on a clear level. I'm not just irrationally thinking and just doing this just to keep my mind occupied. So I sat there and went through everything, and now, like I say, I'm in a very good place. I couldn't be, and I'm glad I went through that period, because that grew me as a person as well. Because that was a dark place where I was at that point.
Yo, Danny Flexen here. Think you know shit about boxing? There's only one way to find out. Listen to the full podcast via one of the links in the description or go to secondsoutboxing.podbean.com.
You know shit about boxing.